Hi my loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. This is future me popping in here because I realized I forgot to actually film an intro for this vlog. I just wanted to come say hi, welcome to my channel, welcome to today's reading vlog. Today is going to be I think we're episode 4 at this point, of finishing every single series I am in the middle of. I am in the middle of so many series and continue to start so many series. I think it's like 20 plus series at the moment. So today we're hopefully going to be finishing a few of them, or at least making some progress in them. I don't have too much on my radar. I am literally just going to be looking at my bookshelf and seeing like what I felt like reading. And that's kind of the plan for today. So let's just get started with the video. Okay, so I'm about to sit down and kind of start reading for the night. I am just craving like a binging reading night. Just literally immersing myself in a book and not letting go. Yesterday, I only just started, like I'm only 63 pages into Graevale. This is the 4th book in the Akane series, The Madoran Chronicles by Lynette Noni. This is a YA fantasy series, literally loving it. It is so much fun. However, I am also in the middle of assessment period, exam period for university. So I'm like about to finish semester, so I'm just like crunch time, but I am so exhausted tonight and I just need to stop and read. So I don't know if I'll be able to focus too much. Not that this is a very like high political fantasy or anything like that. It's pretty chill. You know, in case I don't want to focus on that, I'm thinking I might start Wildfire. This has been on my TBR for an embarrassingly long amount of time, but I read, what did I read the other day? I read Wild Love the other day in literally like 2 sittings because it was just so much fun. It was so easy. And I kind of forgot how much fun reading romances is. Like I haven't read a romance in a while. So I kind of just am in the mood for this, honestly. And I've also been seeing so many good things about the new book in the series Daydream, I think it's called, by Hannah Grace. I've been seeing so many people just say that they like absolutely loved it and everything. So I'm kind of tempted to like read that one as well. And I do want to read this before I read this. So before I read Daydream. So if you don't know, this is connected to Icebreaker. So it's technically the 2nd book in this like interconnected standalone series. And then it goes on to Daydream after Wildfire. I enjoyed Icebreaker. I know that there's a lot of people who hate it. But, like I thought it was just a fun little chick flick. Like I actually thought it was a good time, if I'm going to be honest. Like didn't love the smut scenes, but like everything else was just fun. And I actually have had a lot of people be like obsessed with this book, or just that it's a really easy, fun book to read. So I think I'm going to read this one tonight. I think I'm going to sit down and just start it. And then I don't know how far we'll get into this, but if I feel like it, I can pick up Graevale. I'm trying to let myself just mood read completely at the moment, because like any reading I'm getting done at the moment is good reading considering on how like busy I am. So that's the plan. I'm going to go start reading now. I'm going to make a tea, get cozy. It's actually quite cold tonight, so I might put some candles on and stuff. Maybe get in my hoodie, snuggle with Maisie, my dog, and we'll get reading. Let's go. It's 7:50. I haven't been reading this whole time, but I have been reading a lot of this time, and I am at chapter 11, which is page 110. So I've been reading for about an hour total, I would say. And honestly, I'm just binging it. It's really fun. It really is. We are having like cameos of our characters from Icebreaker in here, which is really fun. Like I know I expected that. It's quite fun. Like it's cute to see them in this environment and see them so like happy and stuff. I actually did really like Stacey and Nate from Icebreaker. I thought they were a really good couple, and I loved like how Nate was so attentive to like Anastasia. I just thought that was so cute. Anyway, this book we are following Russ and Aurora. So Russ is connected to Nate and Anastasia from Icebreaker. He's also a hockey player, and Aurora isn't really like in their scene. She's just going to Maple, like she attends Maple Hills or lives in Maple Hills or whatever. And Aurora kind of wants to turn her life around because she is very much like a party girl, all that kind of stuff. And she wants to like actually take a bit of control, find a good balance in her life. Russ is a very shy character, which I do like in a guy. I like when they're not overly like cocky and confident. I like a shy kind of nerdier guy. They both go to a party one night, and that's how they meet. And then they have a one-night stand, which more typical for Aurora than it is for Russ, but it happens. Russ is planning to spend the summer at a camp, like a kid's kind of summer camp, helping out. And Aurora is too, but she's more doing it so she can help like turn her life around, and she is like meant to like not have any interest in guys for the whole time. She's focusing on herself, on her life, trying to get a little bit of a healthier habit going on. And then of course they both end up at this camp. So it's like summer camp. It's set at a summer camp, except that the staff members there. So I feel like it's just really fun. It's really easy. I'm definitely making my way through it quite quickly. As I said, it's only like 8 p.m. right now. So I think I'm gonna go to bed. Well, not go to bed. I'm gonna get in bed and get cozy in bed because it is bloody freezing right now. And then I'm just gonna snuggle down and continue reading this because like it's fun. It's so fun. And I'm kind of in my romance era at the moment. I think it's just when I need to turn my brain off. They're like the best to go to when I need to turn my brain off. Anyway, so that is my plan. I'll just keep you updated when I keep reading more. About 9 o'clock now, and I've read quite a bit more. Clearly, I'm starting to feel a bit tired. I'm at page 193. I just kind of stopped in the middle of a chapter. I don't know why I do that though. I've kind of never really been bothered about stopping in the middle of chapters. I usually can pick up again. Anyway, so far, I'm really liking it. I try when I'm reading, like, or I've been trying when I'm reading like just cute little fluffy romances like this to kind of not like think too critically of it, because like at the end of the day it's just a cute little romance to make you feel good, to make you swoon over the characters, and I am swooning over Russ. He is so cute. I love how shy he is, and he loves reading. Like, he is just such a like, you just want to give him a big hug. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. And I like how he works through a lot of his issues, or a lot of his, I don't want to say issues, that's a mean word for it. He works through his stuff. I'm really liking Aurora as well. She's definitely very different to me. Like, I don't see any of myself in her, but I see one of my friends. I feel like I'm reading the life of one of my friends, and it's making me kind of emotional whilst reading it. But I'm having a lot of fun. I love the summer camp setting. It's making me just crave hot weather again because I am so sick of the cold and the winter. But yeah, I'm just like, I love the setting. It's just so much fun. I like our characters. I like how Hannah Grace always makes our characters have a little bit more to them. Like, they all have a little bit of depth to them, of something they're working through, of challenges they're working through. And I really like how that's represented in these. Also, these two characters are like, they're just opening up to each other so well, and I feel like they're both people who don't usually do that to just anyone. Like, they're not gonna just open up about their life stories to anyone. So I'm finding that like super cute as well. And also I love it when like authors reference reader kind of things, because like there was one that was quite a while ago. Aurora said something to her best friend about being a city girl, and then was like, you should have read more small town country romances before you came to this camp. Anyway, I could relate to that. Not that I'm really a city girl, but you know, I thought it was funny referencing small town romances. I'm gonna keep reading now. I'll probably try and read another like 50 or so pages, get a good way through it, and then I'll hopefully wake up in the morning and read a little bit more. It's the next day. I didn't quite finish Wildfire last night. I almost did. I've got about just under 100 pages to go, but I was getting so tired and my eyes were just like falling asleep, and I want to like actually know what happens at the end of the book. So I didn't quite finish it last night, but I am going to read a bit more now and probably just finish it now. I'm really liking it so far. The only reason I'm probably not liking it as much as Icebreaker is I just am not connecting to the characters as much. I'm kind of connecting to the side characters more. I do like Russ as like a main protagonist though. I think he's really cool, and I like the fact that our characters can like bond over such deep emotional things. I think that kind of just deepens that connection. So I'm liking that sense, and it's just fun. I like the summer school setting, or the summer camp setting. Like, it's kind of cute. It kind of feels like one of my made up scenarios in my head, like that I used to have when I was a teenager, honestly. So it's very cute. It's very cute. And I like that they're like helping each other as well, not just like one doing all the work or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna finish it now, and I'll let you know my final thoughts when I have. Okay, that was actually really cute. That was a lot cuter than I thought. I really like Russ and Aurora. I think they are so cute together, and this has actually just made me really excited to go on to Daydream, the next book in the series, which I definitely will very soon. I just feel like they're such good, easy, kind of mindless reads, and I really like the characters Hannah Grace creates. I think she's just got such a way with romances. Like, they feel so distinctive, which is really nice in a romance. I don't know, something about a like tortured backstory is gonna get me every single time, if I'm gonna be honest. I really like our side characters. Like, for some reason I really like them, and I'm not sure if our side characters in this book is what Daydream's about. Henry. Oh, it's Henry's story. Okay, that could be cute. That will probably be really cute. I really liked our like Aurora's best friend in this. I really liked her as a character. But if it's Henry, I liked him. I liked him. I kind of thought it would be because like there was a little, where was it? Said something at the end and they were talking about fake dating. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go for a 3.5 stars for this book. It was nothing amazing, but I don't have anything awful to say about it. Like, it was really entertaining, it was really cute, it was really fun. Kind of kept me engaged the entire time. Super easy to binge, obviously. Like, I read this in less than 24 hours. Like, it just, those kind of books. So like, I don't want to give it a really high rating because it wasn't like, you know, a life-changing book by any sense, and I definitely will move on from it pretty quickly. But it wasn't bad in any sense. I'm probably gonna get on with my day now and do a few things, but then this afternoon I'll hopefully sit down and read a bit of Graevale. I've only read like a chapter or so since I last updated you, so not a lot to update, but we're really like straight back into the thick of the story, honestly. Like we don't mess around in this world anymore because we're in the 4th book, so no time to. I started this vlog during exam period, like assessment period for me. That was not a great idea. Anyway, that's my update for now. I gave myself a fringe trim. I don't know how well it went, but that's okay. I was just getting to the point it was way too long. I could not deal. Anyway, I have been reading a little bit of Graevale this afternoon or tonight. It's about 8:30 now, and I've made quite a bit of progress. Well, a little bit of progress. I am at page 200. So almost halfway through, I would say. I'm getting very, very close to being halfway through. This world is so magical. It is so, so magical. It has my heart because of just how wonderful it is. Like, that is the best way I can describe it. I love every single second of being in this world. Just when you think it can't get more magical and whimsical, it does. It really, really does. The characters are wonderful, but like, honestly, it's the world I'm here for. The world, I know, how many times can I say it? Like, I'm talking magic, dragons, mythical creatures, underwater worlds, different, like, time travel, like everything you can imagine is in this book. And it doesn't feel like it's just placed in this book because it feels like you're there for a reason, if that makes sense. I really like our main protagonist. I just think she's really fun and she's really cute and she's quite relatable. And our side protagonists I really, really like, although we're not getting as much of them as I would have liked. Like, we didn't get them heaps in the last book because of a certain reason. And in this book, I was kind of hoping to get a little bit more of them. We haven't had too much so far, but we might get a little bit more. I'm also hoping, a little bit selfish of me, but I'm also hoping the romance gets ramped up a little bit in this one because I love this romance. Like, it is so small and it is so much like a subplot, but like, the small interactions are meaning everything to me, and I need them to be amped up a little bit. I know that this is a YA series, so obviously it's not going to get like super intense or anything like that, and I don't want it to, but a few more interactions would be nice. And because of a plot point that's happened, I'm thinking we might. I just really like this world. I really like Lynette Noni's writing. I think she's a really, really talented author. I actually haven't read much else by her. I started Whisper ages ago and I haven't finished that series, and I haven't read the Prison Healer series, which, if there is one series that you all want me to read like desperately, it is probably the Prison Healer series, because like the amount of questions I get about if I've read it or not is intense. So I do need to get to that eventually. I really, really do. But as I said, it is later in the night and I am just going to read for a little bit. I'll see how much I get read today. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what series I want to move on to after this. Anyway, that is my little update. We're about to read, get cozy, all that kind of stuff. Maisie's here. So yeah, I'll talk to you when I have a little bit more of an update. Hello my loves. It is actually the next night. I haven't really had a chance to read today as much as I would have liked, but I got a little bit read last night and I've kind of just been sitting down reading a little bit now. We're at page 260, so I can say that we're over halfway. Things are really picking up. Things are like getting quite intense. Again, all I can say is just I can't get over how magical this world is. I can't get over how like it feels to be in this world. I feel like I haven't explained it that well, so I'm just gonna go do like a quick summary. Basically, our main protagonist, Alex, has come from the human world to Medora, which is the like kind of magical land that the school is in. They refer to the human world as Frey, which is like the first time I've seen my name in a book, so I find that really cool. But yeah, basically she stumbles through that world thinking she's going to a normal boarding school whilst her parents are off doing like this big expedition. They're like archaeologists or something like that. And she gets sent to a boarding school and she accidentally falls through to Medora. And as a human, that is very rare to happen if you're of full human blood, so can piece that together. And she falls to Akane. So Akane is the magic school, and she has to start navigating her way through classes, through magic classes, like we have combat classes, all that kind of stuff. We also have a really good sense of like found family. It's kind of very like Harry Potter in the sense that we have a great trio, which just, I don't know, it feels really like reminiscent of Harry Potter. And then there is also like this kind of higher enemy that everyone is trying to stop from overtaking Medora. I'm explaining this terribly. I'm really explaining this terribly. I am so tired. But I wanted to say that like basically we have a human coming into a magic world, and she didn't know this world existed until she fell into the magic school. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna go read a little bit more, even though I'm very tired. But I want to read. I want to see. It's only like 8 o'clock, and I'll update you when I've read a good amount more. I'm not sure if I'll update you tonight or a little bit later. It is actually the next afternoon. I have pretty much just sat down to read for the first time today, and I'm about to finish Graevale. I just wanted to get kind of my final thoughts on camera. I think I have less than 100 pages left. I'm at page 358. So like literally hardly any left. And I have no idea how this is going to end. I feel like the only criticism, not even criticism, the only thing about this book is like, I feel like this series as a whole, I would have loved more elements of our magic school. Like I know I'm just a sucker for a magic school, but like I would have loved to see more classes and that kind of stuff. Like I don't know, I find that kind of just like a building block, but it is a YA series, so I get that you have to like keep it fast paced because otherwise people aren't going to be interested, at least younger people. So I do get it. But anyway, I'm gonna sit down and read this now and give you my final thoughts. What just happened? I didn't think I would be crying in this. I saw one comment. I did post a video of me reading this, and I saw one comment say that this book made them cry. I was like, it's fine, I won't cry. I had like 10 pages left. It got worse. It got sadder. Did not think that was possible, but oh my god, like the way this series has me in such a chokehold. I think there's 2 more after this, but I think one of them is like a novella. I don't know. I'm very close to finishing this series. I am so sad about it because this world, like, I love it. I love this world so much. Oh my, like, I don't even know what to say. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this was a 5 stars, but the ending was insane. Like I wasn't struggling, but it didn't have me as captivated as the past book did in like kind of the middle section. But then the ending was like insanely good. Like it was so good, and it made me question everything. I think I'm gonna go for a 4.5 or a 4.75. It was so good. Like it was such a good book. I just love this series so much. It is so much fun. I love some of our characters so dearly. Like I feel like I know them at this point. And just thinking back to the first book and seeing how far they've come is like really just, it's sentimental almost. Like you're like, wow, okay. I highly recommend this series. Like I just love Lynette Noni's writing. She's so digestible. You can just binge her books. It's amazing. I love this world. It is just so magical. And like we have so many amazing fantasy tropes, like not romance tropes, but like fantasy tropes, like magic school, mates, like that kind of stuff. Like all that kind of stuff is just written so well in this. And I loved it. I loved every single second of this. It is only 7 o'clock at night. So I think I might start another book tonight. I don't know what series I want to continue right now. My top contenders are the Natural series. I actually only have like the last book left in that series, but I think it's a bit of a long book, so I'll see how long it is. I also was thinking about the Addicted/Calloway Sister series. I've only read the first book, and I really, really need to read the second book and like actually get into it, because like a lot of people compare it to like Magnolia Parks or Boys of Tom and like that kind of feeling. There's also the second book to The Spark of the Everflame that I haven't finished. A few books to choose from. I don't know. I'm gonna go over to my bookshelf and kind of suss it out, and I'll update you when like I actually have decided on a book. I can't like go straight away from finishing a book to reading another book. Like usually I have to wait like a little bit to digest what I just read. But when I do, I'll update you. Despite the fact that I'm in the exact same location as I was yesterday when I spoke to you, it is the next day. I read a little bit last night and I read a little bit in bed. And the book I decided to pick up, which you probably already have seen, is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. So I will actually be completing the Chestnut Spring series once I have finished this video, which is exciting. That's another series to tick off the list. I've been putting off Hopeless for a while because I think it's like most people's least favorite book of the series. So that in itself, I was just kind of like, oh. But like, no, there is something about Elsie Silver's writing that is just so digestible. Like, I just sit down and I get like lost in her world, and I lose track of all time, of everything, because I'm just so immersed in her world and her characters that she creates. I literally just read Wild Eyes, which is the second book to Wild Loves. What is it called? The Rose Hill series or something like that. That's her like newest series. And I was obsessed with it. Like I binged it in like a day because I couldn't put it down. Something about her characters. So this is the fifth and final book in the series. We are following Beau. My thoughts on the like Chestnut Spring series as a whole surprised me. Maze, you want to come up? Come on. Yeah. The Chestnut Spring series honestly really surprises me because I would never have thought I would have been a small town country cowboy romance kind of girl. Like, would never have thought that, but it gripped me and it didn't let go. Flawless, the first one was like, okay, I enjoyed it, it was fun. Heartless, loved, and I did not expect to love Heartless because it embodies like my least favorite trope, which is an age gap romance, but it did have a single dad, so I felt like that helped. Powerless, I did like, it was fun. Reckless, I loved, and that trope is my least favorite trope of all time. And yet it's my favorite book in the series. Like, I love that book so much. And then Hopeless, I kind of am going into with like not crazy expectations. So I am, how far? I think I'm 30% through. I'm 40% through. I'm at page 166, at least on my Kindle. So far, I'm liking it. Like, it's good. I don't know how I feel about, like, Beau isn't my favorite of the Chestnut Springs kind of brothers. Like, I think he's great. Like, he's fine, but yeah, he's not my like absolute favorite. I'm liking Bailey as a character though. I feel for her. She's so misunderstood and she's just got this like family reputation following her around that does not apply to her at all, and yet it's just like she can't escape it. So I feel really bad for her in that sense, and I think there is definitely a connection between the two of them, and there is like just instant chemistry, which I do really like. It was almost a little bit insta-lovey for me. Like, I don't know, I feel like there could have been a little bit more of a build-up, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just because I read it so quickly it feels like there wasn't a build-up. I don't know. Again, this is like an age gap romance, so I always struggle, and I sometimes just struggle to like, I don't know, for them to have a connection. I don't know why I don't like age gap romances. I feel like once I actually start reading them, I don't really care, but like the thought of them makes me care. So I don't know, I'm trying to separate that from the characters, and I feel like that's working because I am having a good time reading it. I don't think it's going to be my favorite from the series. I think Reckless still has the top spot, but yeah, because like by the time I was 40% through Reckless, I was already obsessed. So yeah, I feel like I like this, and I really am interested to see how they fit into like the group dynamic of the Chestnut Springs kind of family. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna keep reading for a bit, and I'll give you an update when I'm a bit further in. I just have today off. I just submitted my final assessment for the semester, my university semester, and I actually just have the rest of the day to read and the rest of the week. I am so excited. So anyway, I'm gonna read now and I'll update you. It is the next day. I literally have like 15% left of Hopeless. So far, I don't know what I'm thinking. It definitely isn't my favorite from the Chestnut Spring series, that's for sure. I'm just having a hard time connecting to our characters. I'm not really connecting to Beau and Bailey. I think they're great characters and I think they're like literally perfect for each other. I'm finding it like, I don't know, I just don't like, you know, connect to them, and therefore it's not like that easy for me to, I don't know, it's a weird experience. There is one scene, I'm just gonna say that, there is one scene that has icked me out a little bit. I've just kind of been like, okay. Anyway, and that's kind of thrown me off a lot of the book. If you know what I'm talking about, like, please let me know if you like could just look past that, or that was something that kind of annoyed you for the rest of the book, because it is annoying me, apparently. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading this. I'm gonna finish it now, and I'll give you my final thoughts once I've finished it. I will say I am really enjoying seeing like cameos of all our different characters. Like, I love Willa as a character. I love Willa, and she's in this quite a bit actually. And Summer as well. I feel like I haven't seen Summer in ages, so I really like having those character like cameos in there. We get a lot of Jasper as well, because Beau and Jasper are like best friends. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna finish it now and I'll give you like my final thoughts. I finished Hopeless. I feel like I'm very conflicted on this one. I liked it. I did enjoy it. There is something about Elsie Silver's writing that is just so easy to binge. Like, you start it and you can't put it down. It is so easy to just fly through. But I'm not entirely sure Like, I do think it's my least favorite out of the series. I definitely think so. Before this, it was probably Heartless was my least favorite. I mean, sorry, not Heartless, Flawless. Like the first one in the series was probably my least favorite. But I think this one I just didn't love as much. I think I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. I don't know. I liked the story. Like, it was good to see all our characters. It was good to it was like a really good conclusion to the series. So for that reason, I did like it, but I just didn't love, I don't know, it felt like there was something missing. It kind of felt like it was rushed. It felt like it was just written for the sake of being written because like everyone wanted Beau's book, and it kind of felt like that was the reason why it was written, like that it wasn't planned out. I don't know, maybe it was, but no, it probably was planned out actually now that I'm thinking back to it. But yeah, I don't know, it just kind of fell a little flat for me, which I don't think I'm alone in that opinion. I see a lot of people say that it's probably their least favorite in the book. I really like Beau as a character. I think he's really cool. There were some scenes in there that I kind of was like, oh, this is interesting. But I don't know, maybe that was my opinion. Maybe that was just my experience reading it. But in finishing this, that means we have finished the Chestnut Spring series and finished this reading vlog as well. I'm so glad I can like check that series off my list now. That's a very good thing to do. And that brings us to the end of the reading vlog. So I hope you enjoyed reading along with me for the week, finishing some series I was in the middle of. I am now on uni break, so there will be so much more reading vlogs to come. Please let me know if you have any like specific requests or anything. But thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me, and I will see you in my next video.